Hello and welcome back to the RiftGuides WildRift video. Today we're going to take a look at a massive pop-off with Katarina. And, well, you rarely see anything of this champion, but what about a Katarina player who has been at the top of the ladder? So after watching this video, you'll understand how to play this champion, what buttons to press, what runes to take, and how to play your laning phase. And in this game, we're going to take a look at a Syndra matchup, currently ranked 205 on the leaderboard. So, when it comes to playing against Syndra, there are many things you can think about. But first, why is he starting with Longsword? Longsword will enable him to have more powerful traits in the early game, since his third ability also counts as an auto-attack reset. With that in mind, and his uptime on the enemy champion with the power his third ability should bow, he makes it very clear that he wants to kill the Syndra. Syndra is also one champion that doesn't really have too many resistances, and therefore could be a potential victim for this type of gameplay. Syndra's laning phase is very annoying, and it's very interesting to see the Syndra start with a second ability rather than a first ability, instantly throwing a ball right into the face of the Katarina, and the Katarina is just spacing away, utilizing, just chilling, having the bonus regeneration from second wind, and just making it relatively easy for himself to not lose any EXP. Many mid lane mages will try to zone you level 1, and try to take away your EXP, so you have to be very careful. And in this case, he has to be very mindful of it, and without the second wind, he would have already lost so much more XP. Or at least health, and therefore, as a consequence, lose XP. Now let's briefly talk about the runes. In the rune department, we have Sudden Impact, which is the most powerful rune possible because Katarina is constantly jumping. Granting her 13 magic pen and armor pen alike will make it very easy for her to get very powerful. Very interesting things we're seeing here is Mark of the Week, because Mark of the Week generally doesn't really do anything. It would only help you to nuke one target, and only if you're all in it instantly. If you throw an ability and just wait, nothing will happen and you can't really do anything. For his laning phase again, he's very passive until he gets his third ability and all his spells available. The Syndra does something very nice by pushing the Katarina out of her daggers so she doesn't get a reset, which then causes her to back off from that trait. The wave is in a very nice position. The enemy bot lane is currently roaming towards the mid lane, looking for a cheeky little rotation here. And yeah, right now he cannot really do too much. He has to be a little bit patient, but the moment Syndra does a single mistake, it might be instant death for the Syndra. Syndra is currently running pretty low on mana, only has enough mana for about one full combo, and if the Katarina gets close enough, oh, she misses the stun. This is very, very dangerous for the Syndra. Syndra misses, like she can't do anything anymore, and she survives. No, he flashed after her, and this is the most scary part possible. The Syndra missed the stun ability, or the Katarina jumped over it, you can pick one. And then the Syndra doesn't have any defensive tool anymore to deny the Katarina ult and therefore survive. Even placing the dagger behind her to be sure that if she was about to get ganked, she has at least one escape path more available to her. With this kill, she now has a massive spike in base with the Boots of Mana, and she can buy another Amplifying Tomb. Now, with buying Pen on Katarina, or rather, why is Katarina buying Mana Regen Boots? Okay, the boots have multiple things that Katarina wants. Movement speed, magic pen, and obviously AP. Combining this with sudden impact and the low magic resist of the enemy Syndra, you'll quickly understand what will happen to you if the Katarina gets to cast any spell right into your face. So when the Syndra appears the next time on the screen, take a good look at the top and scan her magic resistance. And you'll probably see a very low number like 33 or something. Let me see, come on. We don't see it. But it's most definitely not a high number. With Katarina, we also have a champion that really loves to rotate around the map, and now it's a diving angle. The mini wave goes into the tower, they quickly tank up, and it's a quick cleanup. The Syndra is meanwhile stuck in the mid lane, can't really rotate into a Syndra, into a Katarina. It's something you have to understand. If you play against certain assassins, you cannot face check them if they walk into fog of war. You have to let them go through with their rotation and either go for plates, go for another rotation on the other side of the map, or go there delayed. But if they wait for you in fog of war, you're most of the time simply dead. Now, let's take a look at the magic resist again. Maybe we get to see it for a brief moment here. That would be very nice. We got to see it for like a fraction of a second. Now the wave is cleared again, and we have another rotation. 38 magic resistance. So let's quickly recap. We have Prophet's Pendant, Sudden Impact, and Boots of Mana. So the Syndra barely has any magic resist. And at this time, 38 MR are like 30% damage reduction, so you can pretty much imagine how much more damage this Katarina is doing. Oh, that one was not something you want to do. Again, the Syndra push, or third ability, was on cooldown, or is on cooldown now, which means she has to back off from the Katarina. It's her only layer of defense. If Syndra cannot one-shot the Katarina, or deny her ultimate ability, the Katarina will simply just eat you alive. Oh, she didn't even have Prophet's Pendant before. She bought the Ether Wisp. Okay, for movement speed. But now he has the Prophet's Pendant. And all of those teamfight situations around Dragons or Heralds are very powerful for Katarina's. Ooh, nice flash out. Does he get to go for the combo? I mean, he got off some decent damage with the Soraka healing as well. This might be a more positive fight than we can imagine. Yeah, it's okay. He dies for 2 kills, maybe another kill here with the Soraka healing up everyone. Yeah, it's 3 kills. Getting 3 kills here, like losing the dragon doesn't matter. It would have been so much worse if they died for it, because if they die, the enemy gets the waves and Herald, and it would be an absolute disaster. However, this scenario turned out pretty well for them, because they got a lot of kills. Oh, the Pike comes around the corner and quickly executes the Soraka. But all the Katarina has to do is be patient. If she gets to find an opportunity to go in, it's an instant death. Like, look, the enemy's using cooldowns. He goes in for... look at his damage. It's so crazy. Like, this is something, if not the most important skill on a Katarina. Oh no. Okay, this is now a disaster. The enemy hyperscaling carry, who is currently 1 in 4, got Herald. If the Katarina got the Herald, it would have been so unbelievably OP. But now let's quickly go back to what happened. If you're playing an assassin that needs to go in and can get cancelled, depending on what you're doing, you really need to watch out for enemy crowd control and enemy cooldowns. If you wait for a brief moment and then go in when somebody's already attracting everything, you can just peace out. Oh, this is so close, and he dies to the ignite. I think he was a shutdown, I didn't really see. So I don't think it was necessarily worth it. He probably thought he had more damage, but yeah. But he's getting so much closer to more damage. Excuse me. The coffee, well, I don't even drink coffee. Caffeine isn't really hitting yet. And it's a long day ahead. So yeah, Katarina getting more and more AP makes her very, very scary. There's also one item which many people don't really think is good on Katarina, which is Riftmaker. With Katarina, you can often choose whether you go in. So you throw out your first ability, and then you chill, and then you go in delayed. Ooh, a nice ulti in, goes for the quick combo to the Gwen. The Gwen couldn't really defend herself. The Lucian dies as well. The Pike is back. He didn't even get to ultimate because he didn't see the Katarina jumping around like an absolute madman. And in the past, like, I thought Katarina was such a high mechanical and crazy champion, like, when I started playing this game. And then I realized, if you just autocast your third ability, you just go back to your daggers. I thought you had to manually aim it every single time, but oh boy, I was wrong. I gave them way too much credit in the distant past. And this Katarina is beyond accelerated right now, and she can solo carry the game because the enemy team doesn't really have too much to stop her from doing so. She just needs to be really careful to not get caught by the Yona ultimate, and everything is fine. The Pike can't really hit her because she's too slippery. The Syndra has to hit the stun, didn't do so. The Soraka uses a nice silence, gets hooked by the Pike now, and is getting executed. He can't really go in because he would instantly die. The Soraka saved the Katarina, but at what cost? And now the Syndra walks up too close, gets instantly with one shot. The Lucian dies as well. And now the Pike is also sent into the next game. An instant kill rundown. The people spread too thin for a moment while the Aatrox was going in. And the Katarina instantly seized that situation or that chance and killed everyone. Now making it even more powerful by investing into a QSS, which allows her to channel her ultimate without being cancelled. So it's similar to Samira. If you go in and press QSS and you know the enemy has to cancel you instantly or they die, You do so, you completely nullify the enemy crowd control and get to kill them. And then you have a reset on your abilities and you keep on jumping, you keep on jumping, and you keep on jumping. But that's the high skill ceiling variant. And look how much damage he has now. He even got exhausted and he just disappears. Just also something really funny with exhaust. Sometimes it feels like it comes out very late even though you exhaust instantly. And I don't really know if it's just a visual or it's an actual in-game mechanic. Oh, this Syndra is playing with fire. You really do not want this to happen. Look at how fast this is. And the Soraka is just walking after this lovely guy, just pressing heal, heal, heal. Oh, the harmonic healing. Pyke, Pyke? Oh no. He was probably just scratching his nose, relaxing, maybe taking a sip or something, and he got absolutely goombad on. Oh no, it's a tragedy. Yona is ulting out to escape. The enemy Lucian gets the shutdown on the mid lane tower, but the mid lane tower doesn't really matter at this point anymore, and he falls to the Aurelia, granting 200 gold. The Gwen is on his side lane, also doing the same, getting so many objectives shut down, so much gold into the pocket of the enemies, and they are hyperscaling champions, so if this game is extended for too long, they might be in a very, very tricky spot. Right now, they're absolutely snowballing. Like, did you see the Aurelia has Nash's Tooth as a second item? She's quite an interesting champion right now. The next objective shutdown is the dragon here for the enemy team, and she has 1.1k gold from first strike already. Oh, Pyke was spotted, Pyke was ignited. Did you see the QSS? The Pyke escaped, and he QSS perfectly when the after image of Pyke's third ability flew after him. But now, he doesn't have QSS for a fight scenario, which he has to keep in mind, because if he messes up, it's a big L angle. But we saw the Syndra using ultimate, they're all just lining up, so if the enemy doesn't have her E-spell available, she just instantly does, she just dies too fast, and everyone is just disappearing within an instant. Yeah, I guess this Katarina might be a tiny bit fed. Now Riftmaker is in the pocket as well. Oh no. Like, it's not even 12 minutes into the game, the enemy cannot really invest into a magic resistance because they don't really have their core build. And without their core build, they can't really do damage, and even if they itemize against magic, they will not be able to kill anyone else but the Katarina. And with Crown of the Shattered Queen now on the Katarina, they can't really do anything to her regardless. She will live for too long, and you will just instantly disappear. So the only way this can go wrong is if she jumps in first without the enemy blowing any CC, and she gets tagged by the CC and dies instantly. In any other scenario, she will still survive. Is it 1.7k first strike gold? Am I blind? Am I seeing things? Ooh, Syndra used to stun if I'm not mistaken, so she has to be really careful, so he can just jump in. The Zon is on 20% of PS, that's not enough, just kills her instantly. The Gwen is up there with a third shot of her ultimate ability. He will go in and tries to go for it, waits patiently. What a nice random hook by the Pyke, hooking the Katarina from the dagger, completely denying her. Now the Yona is extended alone and he just can't survive. Somebody tanks up the tower for her, instantly goes in, kills her. The Aatrox smites the minion because he wanted to secure the kill. It's an absolute massacre by this Katarina, and she just doesn't take any prisoners. She's had enough. She has really had enough. And there's some random play in the middle, and the Soraka gets caught by the Pyke. The Pyke misses the ultimate because of the left of the Soraka, and now it's a rundown scenario again. He just instantly kills them. I can't even find my words. 1k gold into the pockets of the Lucian, but Katarina's team is completely taking over their base by sieging. It's still an Nexus shield, so they have to play for another inhibitor. It's too risky, most likely, to go for an end. I don't really think they can at this point. If they fail, it might be detrimental because there are so many shutdowns involved. Luckily, the death of Katarina doesn't really impact the map too much, because no objective was available, and as a consequence, they can't really do anything. What I'm really curious about, though, is why does he go for Liandry's Torment over something like Awakened Soulstealer? Awakened Soulstealer would grant him 15 more pen, and I think the 15 more pen could potentially outvalue the burn. Now we have 2k gold on, so it was 1.7, so we have 2k gold on first strike. But Liandi's Torment is more like a poke kind of thing. Obviously, it also adds some extra damage when you press ult and you die, because you hit multiple times a second, and applying this buff to multiple people, so even after you die, it's another 3 seconds of free damage. And here, if the enemy doesn't have any CC, they'll instantly die. Nice QSS, gets the kill here, but sadly dies instantly, because the enemy team also has enough damage. Now the Caitlyn is making time for the enemy to not go base. She's just stopping the backs. Stop the backs, bro. Stop the backs. Deny the enemy. Just fist fight them and make sure they can't recall, and then we'll end the game. But the Aurelia is trying to go in against the Syndra. Misses the ultimate ability, as we've seen in the top right corner. Now the teleport comes in. Only one person is alive, the Syndra. Can she survive? There's Onslaught. There's one mini wave coming from the top from the top lane. And the Aatrox is just running onto the Syndra. Syndra had to use her third ability and now just gets stabbed by the Aatrox. Pyke goes in for a nice kill, gets another execute, and now fails to get the last kill. And with this, we're at the end of this video. Thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, check out the description, make sure to follow this channel as well, and see you soon for more RiftGuides content. But first, obviously, let's look at the end of game screen, because I'm not often quite sure if they have everything here. But thanks to WildRift here, we have everything in one place, so take a good look. Look at the cute profile pics. What a cute doge. Anyways, thank you for watching. See you soon.